himself, with the United States of America, Canada, and Greenland all having the American flag, and other parts of the Caribbean and South America as well, you see right there. And he has the photo of himself being surrounded by European leaders. If he thinks that's making him look tough, he's sadly mistaken. The American people know how utterly pathetic he is. The world knows how utterly pathetic he is. And we all saw what went down this morning, as the Midas Touch had predicted, where Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted sex trafficker, invoked her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination during the House oversight deposition of her. We predicted this was going to happen. She refused to take any questions from members of Congress other than reading an opening statement. Her lawyer, David Oscar Marcus, used this opportunity to audition for clemency to Donald Trump. I mean, how utterly pathetic can you get? Here's what David Oscar Marcus posted. Ghislaine Maxwell invoked her constitutional right to silence this morning before James Comer and the House Oversight Committee. Here is the statement I gave to the committee explaining why. Members of the committee, on my advice, Ghislaine Maxwell will respectfully invoke her Fifth Amendment right to silence and decline to answer questions today, even though she would very much like to answer your questions. Can we pause there? She answered the questions for Todd Blanche several months ago. She didn't invoke the Fifth Amendment when Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney turned number 2 at the Department of Justice, who's close friends with David Oscar Marcus, was asking her questions, and she lied to her teeth and actually further incriminated her. So now she has to invoke the Fifth, now that the Epstein files have come out, and we see that she's lying yet again. Then he goes on to say she must remain silent because Miss Maxwell has a habeas petition currently pending that demonstrates that her conviction rests on a fundamentally unfair trial. Pause. What are you talking about? Every prisoner technically has the right to petition for the writ of habeas corpus, although Donald Trump may disagree that there's actually such thing as a writ of habeas corpus. So that's not something that any other prisoner in the United States doesn't have. And her appeals are done. She lost in front of the United States Supreme Court. They rejected her appeal on the child sex trafficking case where she was convicted in the Southern District of New York. So didn't you say that you couldn't have her testify in August because you were waiting for the Supreme Court ruling? But you just made that up. So now you're just going to say habeas petition. And technically, every prisoner in the United States can potentially petition for habeas corpus for the rest of their sentence. So in other words, she's never going to speak unless she's given clemency by Donald Trump. Let's keep on reading. And it goes on to say, her conviction rests on a fundamentally unfair trial. The Supreme Court disagreed with that. The Circuit Court of Appeal disagreed with that. The District Court disagreed with that. But you and Ghislaine hold all of the answers. Goes on to say, for example, jurors lied during voir dire to secure seats on the jury, and the government promised immunity, then broke that promise. Newly disclosed documents now demonstrate these facts conclusively. If this committee and the American public truly want to hear the unfiltered truth about what happened, there is a straightforward path. Ms. Maxwell is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump. Only she can provide the complete account. Some may not like what they hear, but the truth matters. For example, both President Trump and President Clinton are innocent of any wrongdoing. Ms. Maxwell alone can explain why, and the public is entitled to that explanation. Thank you. Okay, so she refuses to speak. You're auditioning for clemency right now. Here. On December 17, 2025, you filed the habeas petition stating that 4 named co-conspirators and 25 men who entered into secret settlements were not indicted as part of the investigation. Is that statement accurate? 2. Who were the 4 co-conspirators and the 25 men other than Jeffrey Epstein who sexually abused minors at Epstein Island and at his other places? 3. What information, evidence, or personal knowledge do you have regarding why these individuals were not charged? 4. It is well documented that you, Donald Trump, Mr. Epstein, had a social relationship, and there are several photographs of you together. Did you or Mr. Epstein ever arrange, facilitate, or provide access of underage girls to Donald Trump? But you wouldn't answer those questions this morning? Here's what Democratic Congressmember Ro Khanna had to say regarding the deposition this morning. Play this clip.
I submitted to Comer a letter with 6 or 7 questions. Things like, who were the other co-conspirators? Who were the other men who raped these underage girls? Did she have any conversations about a deal with Donald Trump? Now, she's taken a blanket Fifth Amendment on any question. And my view is that many of my questions don't in any way incriminate her. So we'll see what she does. But there's 7 questions that I have specifically asked. And the assumption is she's pleading the fifth to each one of those. And the American people will see that there's an inconsistency. Why did she not plead the fifth when Blanche asked her questions? And now she's pleading the fifth about things that don't implicate her, but may implicate many of the other powerful people in the Epstein class that committed these crimes.
Here's what Congresswoman Stansberry, a Democrat, had to say. Play this clip.
The United States government is engaged in an active cover-up of the largest sex trafficking scandal and influence peddling scandal in the history of the United States, and Donald Trump is right at the center of it. And the person who is living to provide the evidence, who knows what is going on, is trying to invoke the fifth to buy her clemency. So let's be clear on what we saw here today. This was an effort to essentially try to secure her pardon by keeping her mouth shut. And we will not allow this silence to stand.
More from Democratic Congresswoman Stansberry. Let's play it.
We know that there are multiple administration officials, including Howard Lutnick, Elon Musk, who served as the appointee for the Doge efforts in the White House. We know that the Secretary of Navy. We know that there's Steve Bannon. We know that there are more than 36 associates, family members, and individuals directly associated with Donald Trump named in those files. Now, there are now at least 9 or 10 other countries across the world that have opened investigations or forced their leaders to step down because of their mere association with Jeffrey Epstein.
And here's Congresswoman Stansberry again. Let's play this clip.
Now, we have a lot of questions for Ms. Maxwell with regards to what actually happened in Epstein's affairs, who was directly involved in the sex trafficking, money laundering, and influence peddling scheme that she and Jeffrey Epstein were involved in, how Donald Trump was involved, and whether or not he committed any crimes himself, as did his many associates who are named in the Department of Justice files. Let us be clear that Donald Trump is not only named thousands of times in the latest release from the Department of Justice, he is named over 38,000 times in the files that were released 2 weeks ago alone. And we know that that only represents half of the files that the Department of Justice has in its possession, including files that were used for direct investigations of perpetrators, people who committed crimes, people who were co-conspirators in those crimes, and individuals who knew of those crimes.
True self-reliance starts with taking control of your own health. Armor Colostrum is nature's original solution. Colostrum is packed with over 400 bioactive nutrients that fortify gut health and strengthen immune health to build resilience at the cellular level. Because when you invest in your health, you invest in your ability to show up, think clearly, and stay in control no matter what life throws your way. Today's environment is filled with toxins, processed foods, modern stressors, and immune disruptors. Nourish your microbiome and strengthen your barriers to support your immune health. Armor Colostrum is your secret to feeling strong, vibrant, and confident again. Not seeing results with your current routine? Colostrum is packed with 400 plus bioactive nutrients that work like a blueprint for your body, promoting your cells' natural renewal processes to support skin, hair, gut health, metabolism, immune health, lean muscle, and whole body. How about Democratic Congressmember Subramanian? Let's play it.
Just to reiterate, Ghislaine Maxwell should have no hope of ever getting out of prison. But today, she, through her lawyer, explicitly stated that she wants to be out of prison through a clemency that this president would grant. And she's campaigning over and over again to get that pardon from President Trump. And this president has not ruled it out. And so that is why she's continuing to not cooperate with our investigation. The reality is that she's a monster. She should be behind bars. She should stay there. She should answer our questions, but she's not willing to do so because she is looking for that pardon and looking to absolve any people related to this administration. So we will continue to call for this president to completely roll out a pardon.
And here's Democratic Congressmember Walkinshaw. Let's play it.
Ghislaine Maxwell is a monster. She facilitated, aided, and abetted Epstein's crimes, engaged in those crimes. She was the enforcer who threatened the victims and the survivors of those crimes. And today we looked into the eyes of that monster in the deposition. What we did not get were any substantive answers to the questions that were asked that would advance our investigation, to help us learn who were the other men involved in these crimes, to help us learn who were the others who knew about these crimes, to help us learn what exactly was said between Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell that led her to be transferred to a minimum security prison. What we did get was another episode in her long-running campaign for clemency from President Trump. And President Trump could end that today. He could rule out clemency for Ghislaine Maxwell, the monster. He could rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, the monster. The question for all of us today is, why hasn't he done that, and why won't he do that?
Here's Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Here's what she had to say.
Level. So the fact that this woman is continuing to invoke the Fifth Amendment tells us exactly what my colleagues have already stated. She is a monster. She does not care. She has no remorse. She is not seeking to bring about some kind of closure for these women. She doesn't care. And frankly, it seems like this administration overall does not care. All they care about is protecting the powerful and protecting pedophiles. They will do anything to distract from that, including deciding to put up in the middle of Black History Month the most racist thing that we've ever seen come out of a White House. But I am here to tell you that House Democrats, specifically on the Oversight Committee and the Judiciary Committee, as we do have Pam Bondi coming before us here in a minute, we will not be deterred. We will not be distracted. We know who it is that needs to be held accountable, and we will go in and we will make sure that we continue to dig. This will not stop us because his co-conspirator decided that she was going to try to play games with us this morning. I got news for you, Ms. Maxwell. We're not done. We're going to continue to go.
Now, next you have Kevin Hassett, Donald Trump's national economic advisor. He wants to talk about, well, he's there to talk about the economy. So he's going on CNBC this morning. And while he laughs and mocks the American people, he says that basically we should be expecting job losses because AI is going to replace American jobs. Let's play it.
The other thing is that there's a pretty big decline in the labor force because illegals leave the country. And so the break-even job number is quite a bit lower than it was under Joe Biden, when there were people, basically coming across the border willy-nilly. And so I think that you should expect slightly smaller job numbers that are consistent with high GDP growth right now. And that one shouldn't panic if you see a sequence of numbers that are lower than you're used to, because again, population growth is going down and productivity growth is skyrocketing. It's an unusual set of circumstances.
Kevin. And then he also says this morning that there's a good chance that job creation is going to be lagging. In other words, we should prepare for another horrible jobs report coming out this week. Play this clip.
The open question really is what's going to happen to jobs as productivity goes up? And I think that there's a chance that job creation lags. Productivity skyrockets, profits skyrocket, GDP skyrocket. But then all of a sudden, like, you're making 20 widgets and you can make 20 widgets with a fewer person, and then that person has to find a new job. I think that kind of transition could happen.
And so no wonder you're seeing polls like this. This was from CNN this morning, as Harry Enton describes that Trump's base with non-college voters is absolutely collapsing. Let's play it.
Yeah, okay. So if you know anything about Donald Trump, you know that he built his 2 presidential victories on winning voters without a college degree, while Donald Trump's base with non-college voters is absolutely collapsing. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we just take a look? Voters without a college degree on Donald Trump. Look at this. Back in 2024, he won those voters over Kamala Harris by 14 points. You come over to this side of the screen. What's his net approval rating with him? He is underwater by 9 points. That's a 23-point switcheroo with his base of non-college voters. He is absolutely collapsing with a group of voters that helped put him into the White House.
And finally, we have Congressmember Steele, Republican Congress member, who's saying that it is unfair to request that ICE remove their masks and actually issue judicial warrants instead of made-up administrative warrants. Here, play it.
I think the area where we could reach agreement is things in place like body cameras. I think that's a spot where Democrats and Republicans can come to the table, one of the Democratic demands. I think some of the other Democratic demands put at risk and jeopardize the safety of the members of law enforcement who are out there doing an incredibly difficult job.
Would you be
like taking off their masks and having a badge that shows who they are?
Well, they're known obviously to their supervisors. I think if we look at what plays out in many South American countries when these individuals are doxxed, often they'll get a video that'll show them or their wife or their children is a pretty clear threat. And so the environment that many of these men and women are in is an incredibly difficult.
That was this morning, folks. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Hit subscribe, help us get to 6 million subscribers. Thanks so much for watching. Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Round.
Early riser for life, I'm for life.
This is the boot that started it all. When you think of LL Bean, you think of the Bean boot. LL, our founder, was an avid hunter and fisherman. He wanted to develop.
If a friend calls you at 11 o'clock at night and demands to come over because they have to tell you something in person and it can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably good news, right?
I would hope.
Oh, maybe they just finished watching Love Island. Want to gossip?
Yeah. Or maybe they found an extra McNugget in their McDonald's bag.
Wow.
They just saved 15% by switching insurance providers?
Yeah, no.
No?
11 p.m. call kind of.
Okay, well, unfortunately for our listener, his buddy called him to drop a huge bomb about his girlfriend.
Oh, no.
And now he needs our help getting the truth from her about what really happened.
Oh.
Too bad it wasn't a chicken nugget.
Maybe it's a good thing that happened. We're going to find out when we do your brand new Awkward Tuesday phone call right after this.
It's awkward.
It's Tuesday.
It's Awkward Tuesday phone call.
Is there any circumstance where you're out somewhere and you see a friend's significant other doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and you decide to keep your mouth shut? Because, I mean, you could rationalize it in your head, like, you know what? It's not really any of my business. I don't want to jump to conclusions and stir up drama if that's not really what's going on. That really isn't that good anyway. That could have just been a mannequin, and I'm totally seeing
Oh, so you're not saying it's just like, you gotta eat ice cream on a non-cheat day.
Yeah. Is there any chance you do that, or do you go tell your friend immediately what you saw?
Well, it depends.
It depends on the relationship with your friend.
Yeah, is someone grocery shopping with somebody I don't know, or are they literally making out?
Why, did you guys see something?
No, I didn't see anything. I just
Why
don't
aren't
know
you
the
telling?
scenario.
Why aren't you sure?
I don't think I would tell you.
Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks, friend.
I'd tell you, and I'd show you. I'd be like, this is how they kiss.
See, this is exactly what happened to our listener, Jacob, who is left dealing with a very bizarre situation now, and he does not know how to proceed. Jacob, hey man, are you holding up okay?
Honestly, you guys, not really.
Oh no! Oh my God! I'm dying. Who, when, where, all of it.
Okay, so I've been seeing this woman. Her name is Shannon for about half a year now. We don't live together or anything, but I'd say it's been going pretty good for the most part.
I thought this was going to be about someone you saw that we had to call the friend. This is about you?
Yeah, this one's about me.
Dang, okay.
Shannon and I will have nights where we hang out, we do stuff together, but then other nights we're apart, do things where we hang out with your friends, and I mean, it's healthy, you know?
I disagree. You should be spending 24/7, but, you know, that's just my clingy nature.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we're not living together, schedules are not framed around one another.
Right. You have your own lives. That's totally normal.
One night, she was out with her friends, whatever, I got a weird call around like 11 from a friend of mine, my friend Omar, and Omar was like, "Hey, are you home? Cause I gotta come over and tell you something." And he was like, like really kind of on edge about it.
Bro, exactly what I was gonna say. If a friend says I need to tell you something to your face, I'll be like, friendship's over, dude. Sorry. I don't like anything. Sorry.
That must be pretty serious if he's like demanding to go see you.
Yeah, no, I knew it was important, so I was like, all right, come over, whatever. He stops by. He tells me that he saw Shannon out at this place called Crystal Lounge.
Sounds like a shady place.
She was with a guy, and she was wearing an engagement ring.
On her ring finger?
Are you sure that this guy's good at left and right? I have made that mistake before.
I mean, I have friends that don't even know what that finger is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I was trying to defend Shannon. I was like, nah, you know, you're wrong. But he was pretty adamant, and that's why he had to tell me face to face. He saw what he saw.
Well, did he mention anything like specific, like if they were kissing or holding hands?
She
or
was
doing...
wearing an engagement ring, Jeff.
You've never put a ring on.
Well, maybe it was just like her friend's engagement ring that she was trying on for fun.
Yeah, girls
You girls are always swapping jewelry and clothes.
Always at the bar, just casually putting on my friend's
Oh,
wedding.
which reminds me, Brooke, I'll take your wedding ring off right now. Thanks for letting me
Yeah.
before the break.
And I'll give you your shirt back after the segment. So. Like, did he mention anything specific like that?
So Omar said they were like physically close to each other, but he didn't see any overly romantic gestures happen. So I'm like, all right, it's probably just a friend, and she's wearing some kind of fake engagement ring.
I mean, I will say, I have some really hot friends that will wear fake engagement rings so they don't get hit on.
Oh.
And I totally get that. And don't get me wrong, you guys. Like, I feel like I'm dating up. She is very attractive. So I see her the next day. And I bring it up thinking it's going to be, you know, like 30-second conversation. She's going to laugh. She's going to, you know. But she was like, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, no.
What kind of answer is that?
Oh, that's an immediate feeling of guilt.
I try to bring it up a few more times. And then Shannon got upset and she stormed out.
She got mad at you?
Yeah, because
she got mad at me.
Caught in a lie gets upset. That's how it works. It's like anybody who's accused of cheating will be like, no, you were cheating.
Yeah. Oh, you're spying on me?
But that's the thing, is I wanted to give her like the benefit of the doubt, and I wasn't trying to be aggressive about it or like accusing her, right?
Yeah.
And now she's not answering my calls. This was just the other night, just this week, and so I need advice. I need advice on how to handle it.
Can I ask you, are you still hoping that she's not cheating? Like, there's still a possibility?
No, he's hoping
for
that she is cheating.
No, I mean, like, in my mind, there's no possibility that she's not cheating.
Okay, well,
like, you know what
I
I'm
see what
saying?
you're saying. Everybody in this room is kind of in agreement. It looks really bad for her right now, and it's very, very likely that something is happening behind your back here.
I feel like we have not discounted the fact she could be a jewelry heist person.
Yeah,
and have access to lots of jewelry, and she's
Okay.
scared because we just caught her.
That is a pretty frequent thing that we get on the show.
I mean, like, you want to what? You want to get the truth out of her?
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Call 877-41-AMICA and get a quote today. Granger knows that if you're a school custodian, cleanliness is your top priority. That's why you can rely on Granger for a range of cleaning products and equipment, from disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, yeah, I really am still holding out hope for it to just be something that she's like embarrassed about, doesn't know how to bring it up.
I mean, I was embarrassed and I was with my fiance.
Yeah, with my other family.
I think that's a highly likely possibility when we call her here.
Dude, her husband may answer.
Yeah.
They probably haven't gotten married.
Good afternoon, this is Omar.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Vanessa calling from BS Student Transit on a recorder line. I'm calling for Omar.
Yes, Vanessa, this is Omar. How are you?
Hello, Omar. I'm just calling to let you know that for tomorrow in the afternoon, I have a driving slot available for you from 1:45 to 3:45 p.m. I was just wondering if you'll be available.
I won't be available tomorrow.
You won't be available tomorrow. Okay, not a problem, but if you are for the rest of the week, please check your vehicle.
All right, will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else that we can do to help?
No.
Perfect. I hope that you have a nice day. Bye.
She's close with him.
Anyway.
Now I
You
get
didn't
it.
see a wedding band.
Right. That's totally different. No, Jake, I'm sorry that you're going through this, but we're going to try and give you a little bit of advice here before we call your girlfriend Shannon and let you ask her the question, what was going on when my friend saw you out the other night at a lounge wearing an engagement ring with another guy?
No matter what happens, like, you're the winner out of this. She's the sucky one.
You don't have to hit on him now. He's still with somebody. We'll get to that in a second. Your Awkward Tuesday phone call is coming up right after this.
It's awkward.
It's Tuesday.
It's Awkward Tuesday phone call.
If you're just joining us for the Awkward Tuesday phone call, this is what we know.
Okay.
Our listener Jacob has a girlfriend of about half a year. She was spotted out recently at a lounge with a different guy wearing an engagement
I
ring.
feel like I need to be taking notes, Jeff.
So right there,
Yep.
that's weird.
Not good. No.
When Jacob brought it up to her in a fun way,
Uh-huh.
he expected her to laugh and explain, oh, it's just a stupid situation. I had to wear it. It was a big joke.
Yeah.
But no, she got upset and left and has not. He needs our advice today on what to say to get his girlfriend to just tell him the truth of what's really going on.
Yeah.
It's the least that he deserves.
That's
Brooke,
right.
What's your advice to Jacob?
Man, Jacob, it's not looking good.
That's not really advice.
I'm just like preparing you because if all of those things are what happened for real, then it's 100% she's cheating. Like there's no way around it, right? Like.
All right, Brooke, can I get advice on how to handle
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yes.
This has been pretty hopeless so far.
You told him the situation.
You were going to take control of this situation.
Okay.
All right. And you were going to tell her, you need to tell me the truth now. You need to rip
All right.
it off like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Rip it off like a Band-Aid because if she waits any longer, it's only going to get worse. Like, you deserve the truth. And if she has ever respected you, ever, in the time that she's known you, now is the time to show that.
There it is.
All right, yeah, thank you.
There was actually a little bit of advice in there. Good job.
A little.
Can we edit out the whole front of that part?
Every week I give great advice.
Okay. Jose, what about you? What do you think Jacob needs to remember?
You need to make her feel comfortable. Remind her, honey, I want you to know first I love you. Okay? And whatever you say in this conversation, I promise not to judge.
What?
We listen and we don't judge.
That's a TikTok trend.
It's an internet therapy trend, not TikTok.
You know what?
And I think if you practice it, then maybe she will be comfortable to open
I think actually all of us could take that advice in this room. We should listen and not judge her yet. Because there could be a logical explanation for this. We're all going to look really stupid if we're being as hateful as Brooke is towards her.
She would have just said the logical thing if it was logical, Jeff. She wouldn't have like run out of the room.
You know what?
upset.
I don't want to look stupid, so I'll listen and then judge.
Okay, yes.
Whatever it was.
Don't get me wrong, you guys. If this doesn't go my way, I am fully welcome to judge.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
Give you permission.
That's actually what we do best on the show.
Yes.
But let's call her. We'll see if Shannon picks up, and then we'll step away and let you make your awkward call. We'll be here if you feel like you need a little bit of help. Okay, good luck.
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
I said I don't feel like talking right now.
No, we need to talk right now. What do you mean not feel like talking right now? That's not fair.
Because you just seem really upset about something that, honestly, I do not feel like talking about.
Well, I don't. How do you think I should feel about it? Like, what I want to get this over with. I want to hash this out.
Okay.
Move on.
Okay, then just, you know what? Just move on. What do we have to hash out? We don't have to hash out anything.
No, okay, sorry. Am I not supposed to be upset when my buddy comes to me saying that you have an engagement ring on and you're hanging with some other guy? Like, what is that?
Yeah, what is that?
No, I'm sorry.
What do you
No,
think?
I'm serious, all right? I deserve an explanation here. Like, it's my understanding, we've been together for 6 months now. Like, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and my understanding, we're not seeing other people. So, am I wrong here?
Jacob, I don't want to hurt you.
It's a little late for that. You just need to tell me whatever the truth is, okay? I can handle it.
It's hard to explain.
Well, can you try? Can you try for me here? Please, Shannon.
Well, you know my friend Sierra, right?
Yeah, I know Sierra.
Okay, so a couple months ago, she set up this like hangout with some old friends. She was saying we hadn't seen them in a while. Could I just come and catch up?
What does this have to do with us?
I'm getting there. This isn't easy, okay? So, one of the guys who was there at the hang, he was my ex.
So, what? What does that even mean?
Verizon is expensive? Think again. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll...
So, we hooked up, and I didn't know what to say to you, because you're so sweet to me. I couldn't.
My God.
And I started dating him again, and I know it's messed up, I know, but in my head I was like, I've always just wanted to have a forever relationship, be married, and so I had it in my head that I was just going to say yes to whoever proposed first. And he proposed a few nights ago.
So, wait, sorry. You're really engaged? I really thought there'd be some other reason to it.
No. I'm engaged to someone else. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh my God!
What is that? What's going on?
Oh man.
Shannon.
Okay.
Oh my God, Shannon.
We've heard
Wait.
everything, Shannon.
We've been listening to this call
Who is
because
this?
you're on the radio right now with a show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're doing something called Awkward Tuesday Phone Call.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Look,
I'm on the radio?
You weren't answering my calls, and I didn't know how to address this with you. I've been trying, and so I called the radio station to help me get a hold of you.
Yeah, and
Oh my God, I can't believe you did this on the radio.
Maybe you shouldn't have been cheating.
yeah, we do a lot of these phone calls, I'll tell you, Shannon, and we don't normally get a lot that end like this. Usually it's somebody playing a joke, there's some hilarious misunderstanding.
I was waiting for the funny part.
Me too. But it turns out, Shannon, you're just a two-timing cheater.
Okay,
Oh my
sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. She said that she can't believe this? No, I'm sorry. I can't believe that you're actually engaged and you hid all of this from me.
Like, how long were you dating before you were engaged to this guy?
Yeah.
Who are you? Why do I have to answer questions to you? I don't even know who I'm talking to at this point.
Oh.
You think I'm just going to answer some questions for some people I've never talked to before?
Well, yeah, it's pretty valid to the situation.
Because we're Jacob's friend, and we're defending Jacob.
You're not
and
Jacob's friend. He called the radio station, now he's your friend?
Yeah, everyone's
He
a
is.
friend. If you
He
look
is.
at us
No,
the right
we're
way-
really clingy. You don't know us.
Jacob is my friend. Like, I still want him to be part of my life.
No.
Sorry,
Wait,
what?
after all of this, you think Jacob would still want to be around you?
That's so insulting to call him your friend.
Couldn't we stay friends? Like, I
Are
even
you
asked my fiance to have our wedding like a year so you could have some time to heal, because you are a good friend, and I want you there. I want you in my life.
You're going to delay your wedding a year so that your current boyfriend can get over you?
Well, that's kind
so
of-
that he can go to
I
the
have
wedding?
never heard of that.
Jacob?
I mean, are you insane? It's got to be a joke.
Well, what does your schedule look like next summer?
I wouldn't joke. You're a special guy.
Oh, okay, I was joking. Jeez.
My schedule next year is figuring out when she's on her honeymoon and burning up her apartment.
Wait, let's bring it back a couple notches.
Right, Jacob, we're on tape here, so this can be used in the court of law.
I can help you.
No,
Jesus.
Alexis,
You're
the
not
best
helping me
revenge
then.
is to move on, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
listen.
guys, you don't know me, but I'm not a bad person. Yes, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have broken up with Jacob earlier, but I'm not a bad person.
Did you say maybe?
Jacob, are you willing to call this strike one and give it 2 more strikes? You know, for in the name of friendship.
Yeah.
I think all 9 innings are over.
Sports analogy.
Hey, I wish Jacob well. I hope he has a great life. I
are
someone to love him.
something else.
I don't know what to say to you, Shannon, honestly, but Jacob.
Best in life, Jack.
Yeah, sure.
Knowing Jeff, he's going to send you a wedding present.
Yeah, Jeff will feel guilty.
I do perform at weddings, so you can hire me. But Jacob, the good news is you got the truth, right? That's what you were after here the whole
And you
time.
only wasted 6 months on this relationship. I mean, that's another positive.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? Since we're friends, legitimately, let's go out and spend the rest of the week drinking. I'm up for it.
Wait, what? Did
He's
you just
talking
ask?
You mean us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Drinks on Jacob. Cool.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is ready for your daily drives, weekend getaways, and everything in between. Plenty of cargo space, plus a